Chad, how's it going? I just started. Hello, Cebu now. How's it going? You out eating without me? Chad, don't say hi back. He don't deserve it. Bring me a plate. I don't know where you at, but bring me a plate. You know what I like. Hopefully. Now I'm hungry again. I literally just ate some spinach cheese ravioli thing that I got from the store. It was actually good. Did it fill me up? Probably. I still got some leftovers. And I'm trying to not eat it all so I could take it to work tomorrow, but your girl's a bit back. So I made no promises to myself that I would make it. But how y'all doing this good Wednesday night? Yo, is the weather out there good where you at? It's hot over here but it keeps raining. I mean it didn't rain today, but it's supposed to rain the rest of the week and I'm not down for it. Y'all already know it's cold time. I am determined to beat this game, and then once I beat it, I'll play a different game. Whenever I play like with Sabuno or Edwin, I think that's the only time I'll play a different game. But until then, we are locked in with Cove. But I don't think that's a bad thing. So let's get started. We gotta go see our secret boyfriend. Cause last time we didn't tell anybody that we were dating. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta adjust it. How big is this? Before I started the stream, it was like tiny, and now it's big as hell. Y'all just see me moving stuff around. Okay, I think we good. Shibuno, you better bring me something to eat. Oh yeah, we finished the teenagers. I think the start of classes ended, but oh, I'm already starting, like always. The start of classes ended. The relaxed, free days of summer. It didn't take long for you to get back into the swing of the school year routine. Schedules and homework became the new norm. Derek wasn't around nearly as much. With school and after school activities, there weren't many opportunities for him to take the trip out to your neighborhood. Oh, Derek, it's okay. He was so worried about us not being friends anymore because he don't go to the same school. Sometimes you'd hear that he was at a training camp or something like that, but you weren't always sure what he was up to. But you still kept in touch over the phone as best as you could. You kind of lost contact. I would not do that to him. He was already nervous about us not being friends. The Jeremy kid did disappear. Thank God. After that summer, and no one ever heard from him again. Thank God again. Where he went or what he might be up to was a mystery. Why is it a mystery? We don't care. He's only there for like 5 seconds. More summers came and went like the waves on the shore, coming in and out. In your second year of high school, someone new started to visit Sunset Bird. A sunny girl named Terry Brooke. Do I gotta be worried about her? She was a friend Cove made due to them being both me and Ocean obsessed. Do I gotta worry about her? Terry was more than glad to be friend you two. Mm. Someone close to Cove had to be good company, she felt. You were pleased to get along with her as well. Terry was tight with another girl who you had known distantly from school for a long time. Miranda Ockert? Ockert? Yeah, if you got this last name and I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm so sorry. You saw more and more of her as time went on, thanks to Terry and Miranda's own outreach. Goddamn, I said outstretch. After a while, all you, all of you develop a real friendship together. Mm. After your home life, the supers also had developments. What did we do? Again, changing laws and public perception countrywide made it possible for your moms to openly wear their wedding rings without questions. Oh, y'all was hiding y'all wedding rings? This was wrong with the world. They too busy worrying about other people and not accepting themselves. Though they had a wedding years ago, it was only recently that the union was officially recognized everywhere in the U.S. That was a good day, to say the least. Are there still like states that like disapprove of same sex marriage and like you can't have it? Elizabeth came into her own and stopped being quite as irritable. She no longer worried about perceived childishness as she grew up for real. I'm so proud of you, girl. Progress. She didn't even mind being called Lizzie again. Yes! Bring it back. Although most people use Liz, she eventually graduated high school and moved out to attend college in another state. Oh my god, I know I'll be saying you a bitch and stuff, but no. Well, I hope you come visit, or we could call you, or you call us. What state did you go to? For my college, like, I went to college right after high school, and I went all the way a distance. I mean, it wasn't too far. I ain't go like to the other side of the country. I just went a different way. It wasn't too far. I mean, it was far, but it wasn't all the way on the other side. It was a lot for you to adjust to your old sister being gone. Liz never let you forget her role in your life, though, and kept in touch. Yay! Cole's relationship with his family improved over the years. Kyra visited several times after that summer, and things became easier between the two. That's good. He was also closer with his dad than ever before. Did his dad stop lying? You know they talk more, and that helped prevent a lot of friction before it could start. However, Cole still wasn't what anyone could call social. He kept to himself, usually. He cared for the few connections he did have, but didn't reach outside them. Cole remained interested in everything across the spectrum. He loved to learn and stay inside. Me too. But he also loved to get outside and participate in more physical activities. He was multi-talented. Is that how I met him before? I think I met him like that. Mature affection. Start playing things. Okay. I feel like they just give me like random notifications. Well, random like awards or whatever. Achievements. Things had shifted between you and Cove, but in a way that most couldn't see. After all this time, he wasn't just your neighbor. He wasn't only your friend, or even a guy you were interested in. You were in love with him. You loved Cove. You knew that for you know that fact for certain. There was no one else you held those feelings for. It was strange to look back on it all. The future faded into your present, and then it was simply the past. Even the most fundamental parts of your life couldn't last forever. You felt that the most pointedly the day you inevitably graduate high school. Like we graduate high school, we skipping it. It was over, and you would not be going back ever again. From now on, what came next was your choice. You would be directing your own life. That was where you were currently. The summer after school had ended, the first summer of true freedom. What used to be a reprieve from the typical was now going to be your first step into adulthood. Y'all, brace yourself. Adulthood is the most ghettoest hood ever. I hate it. I hate being an adult. Oh no. We back to this. Ooh. Alright, chat, y'all ready? One fine summer morning, you took in what had become a very special scene. The whole family having a meal together. Oh my god, look at her hair! Liz! Your big sister Liz still hadn't lived at home full time for a couple of years, but she arrived last week to spend the season here since it was an off semester for her. She wanted to make sure she was in town because you had now also graduated high school. So who knew how much rarer these moments would become in the future? Oh, she's checking up on us. She's spending time with us. Yes. Yo, the only time I could go home was during summer break and winter break because how far away my school was. She's so happy now. You watched on as Liz laughed good, no, naturally over a comment he. Hold up, what the hell just happened? Okay, over a comment mom made. Her Elizabeth only mindset had only been a phase. Nearly any nickname was welcome at this point in her life. Strangely, even though she moved away, you lately felt closer to her than you had in a long time. Well, probably because she was hanging around with everybody but you. You at least scooped up more of your breakfast and chewed absentmindedly. You were a vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian. Oh my god, my friend at one point of her life became a pescatarian, and I was like, I would not survive that diet. If you don't know what pescatarian is, it's basically like this seafood only diet, and I can't do it because I don't like fish, and I'll probably get tired of it. You a proletarian? What's a proletarian? You were a picky eater. You generally ate with her. I'm a picky eater, and the meal you had reflected that. Your moms were happy to make food that fit your needs, along with dishes for themselves that didn't. Though you often made your own food nowadays. So how old are we? Oh wait, no, we just graduated high school, so we either 18 or 17. But it wasn't only you who had a diet that excluded certain things, as Liz had been vegetarian for a while. I can't be a vegetarian. I love meat too much. Conversation had gone on idly, without you fully taking in the words until your ears were popped when mine started on a bit of town gossip.
Uh-huh.
And so that's how I heard the news. All right. Now stop bringing the lead and tell us, what is this so-called news? Oh, she changed her hair again. Her hair is down. So we got like medium, long, and short. I forgot what hairstyle I chose. Did I do dreads? I can't remember. Mom giggled as she cast a look across the table, satisfied that she had everyone's attention. Well, it turns out that Donald's won't be renting out the condo up the street as per Sunset Bird tradition. for the first time in what's most must be nearly 2 decades. A chorus of gas and shocked expressions were all around it. After the initial shock for eyebrows pinched, my mate considered them by name, but you and Liz always viewed them exclusively as the mean old couple who would yell at anyone under 25 who crossed their paths. Oh, they the one who made Cove cry. It's a good thing they're coming back. Your mom continued on with the story, spreading strawberry jam over a piece of toast as she did so. Do y'all like strawberry jam? I like strawberry jam, but I don't like it because I don't like the seasoning. But I'll eat it. They decided not to take big trips anymore. Friends and family would be visiting them at their home. Hmm, that's nice for them. Oh, do I have to? I was giving Liz a bitchy tone, but now I guess she's not a bitch no more. Ugh, I'm glad you made progress, but now I gotta change your voice. Or I'll probably just give you a basic voice. Hmm, that's nice for them. Oh, yep, can't do it. You gotta get a basic voice, Liz. Unless I change it out of nowhere. Hmm, that's nice for them then. Have a good summer, me grandparents with no grandkids away from us. That's a relief. It's kind of sad they can't travel no more. Fuck them. I hope they're still okay, even if they are mean. My thoughts exactly, Liz. Finally, they can piss off. Kind of my thing. You didn't have any comment on that development. I'm like, that's a relief. Be nice, kids. Hell no. You don't want to end up like them, do you? You and your sister cracks mouth at the joke.
Well,
At least they won't be here to yell at my children anymore.
Lonnie.
Lonnie. I mean, she ain't wrong. And that blunt comment got laughter from all three of you. Engrossed in conversation once more, you continued to chat with your family until the meal was over. Oh my god, Liz looks so gorgeous. Step three, third time's charm. The fuck you mean third time's charm? As it went, once the food was eaten, the cleanup had to be done. Liz took the role of washing the dishes and passed them to you for drying and putting away. You had a set of cups in front of you that needed to go on the top shelf of the cabinet. It was effortlessly to do. You were very tall. I already said I was tall. The task was pretty straightforward for you. You were tall. I said we were tall. Oh, we were very tall. I think I already said that last time that we were super tall. That was simply your lot in life. You'd always been vertically gifted. You felt great about how things were. You hoped you might still grow more. No, you wish you had stopped growing early. You didn't think about it much. You didn't even know what to think about. Um, you didn't think about it much. You used to completely dislike your height. So in some ways, this was an improvement. This shook you out of your internal musing by starting up an impromptu conversation. She seemed to be voicing the thoughts that had been buzzing around in her own head. I have to say, going back for another semester this fall is pretty intimidating. You'd think after the first year or two I'd have a handle on things, but no. Girl, I know. It's like, ugh, you gotta handle things, but you don't because like new classes. You stole a glance at her, still placing cups in their proper place. I guess it's only fair. My first round was pretty general classes, and year one of my architecture major was the basic architect. Okay, now it feels serious. I had to actually know some things. Yo, I can't get over the fact how gorgeous she looks. The laugh she gave was flippantly airy, but the way she scrubbed at the plates held more force than necessary. I know you can handle it. I think it's really cool you want to be an architect. That does sound hard. You simply shrug. You're merely listening to her vent. I know you can handle it. How sweet of you to believe in me. Thanks. Your older sister's mouth quivered into a small smile. It'll be fine, one way or another.
Oh.
Oh, I'm trying to match her voice actress. Oh, but I'm not trying to scare you away from college. If that's even your plan. What is going on with that, anyway? You had a solid plan set for a long time. You came to a firm conclusion recently. You had kind of a general idea. You had absolutely no idea. You hadn't even let yourself think about it. It was too much. I think what you could do, you had kind of a general idea. You answered the question as much as you were able and willing to. Liz's smile grew more reassuring as you did. Mm. You made it through 12 years of full-time education already. You've got plenty going for you. Oh, that was another thing. 12 years and then more years and more years. Sometimes it still felt hard to believe your public schooling experience was over in the end. You had graduated at the top of your class. You soared through with high marks. You had to work. What did we do for last time when we was talking about our grades and classes? You had to work extremely hard, but were rewarded with great grades. You had been an average graduate. You struggled to reach the benchmark, but made it. You didn't try hard, but made it regardless. Oh my God! When I was in high school, there was this like during the graduation practice, there was this kid that like didn't pass, so they wasn't graduating. And I think at my school, like I think they still make you walk even though you're not graduating. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. Uh, you saw through with higher marks, and you were going to miss it, and you felt satisfied leaving off there, and you wish it could have gone better, and you were just glad it was truly behind you. Hell yeah. You'd achieved a lot, and could take what you learned with you moving forward. Liz picked up on the silence her question ended up creating. She decided it was time to make a closing statement on the topic.
You're a good girl.
Oh, you're a good girl, Nova. Do what's best for you, and we'll be here to back it up. Thanks. You're a good big sister. Finally. At that, Liz happily passed the final dish your way. She waved a soapy soaked hand as a farewell and moved on to her next task for the cleanup job. You're refocused on getting the last pieces, but put back where they belong. You eventually moved on to a new chore, but that was interrupted by the sound of your cell phone. We got a cell phone now? It was the phone's default ringtone. You had used a silly novelty song as the ringtone. You set one of your most beloved songs as your ringtone. The phone was set to just vibrate. I'm gonna do this because I ain't gonna lie. My phone has been set to vibrate for a long ass time. You casually picked it up from the table where you had placed it earlier. The phone was a couple years old at this point, having been a 16th birthday gift from your parents. Oh, we actually got a phone. They decided which models to get, but you got to pick out the color: silver, black, gold, rose gold, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, and turquoise. Blah 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 blah. Da 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 da. Let's go, a red. And it was just a phone. You didn't do anything to decorate it, and there was a special charm attached to it, which was the shark keychain code. But oh yes, we can do that. A lantern based on the game Lake of Voices, a small shell, a crystal, a string of beads, a cat face, a music note, a heart. We gonna do this one? I forgot he gave us a keychain. You're pleased when you finally had a prominent place to use the gift. The screen lit up as you gave the little device a swipe with one finger. You were informed by the caller ID that was Lee. You weren't surprised. I forgot about cousin. Despite having busier and busier lives and not living in the same town, you still had a good relationship with your cousin of the same age. Especially once the miracle of the both of you having your own phones actually happened. She got hers first though. Tapping at the accept button, you answer her call. A familiar, bubbly voice came through right after.
Hi.
Hey Nova. So I trust I'm not interrupting anything major. Oh, she's so pretty. I mean, she was always pretty, but she's so pretty. Oh, look at our keychain. Only some cleaning around the house. Oh, then you're welcome for my call. A distraction from that must have been desperately needed. Yeah, thank you, my dear cousin. Hey, I love doing chores. You joke. I like cleaning. You protest. Earnestly, it's good to hear from you. Even though she couldn't see it, you shook your head at that. We gonna joke.
Right?
Of course. Who wouldn't? She giggled and could hear the jangling of the jewelry she must be wearing. Nothing amazing is happening for me either. I'm bored and felt like chatting. My morning shift ended, so I'm free for the rest of the day. Woo! That's good. You're off from your part-time job today. You hadn't started working anywhere yet, so you couldn't relate. We are off on part-time job. Like you, Lee had started dipping her toes into the workforce as of late. It made it made keeping in touch frequently even more complicated, but you both managed. What about you? It's been pretty normal.
Cool.
Cool. That's you then. So, how's Mr. Cove Holden doing? There was a teasing bent to her tone. She was never willing to let up on what was going on between the two of you. But that name was incredibly familiar to your ears. Cove, your next door neighbor for the past decade at this point. But he was far more than just someone who lived on the same street. You vividly remember the summer day you expressed feelings for each other as little 13-year-olds. You started officially dating years ago. You only got together officially bit. No, we were dating. We clarified it last episode. We are dating. Did I click the wrong thing? I hope not. And you were in love with him, but that was one thing you hadn't admitted yet. And you were in love with him, but didn't want to talk about that at this point in your life. But that was one thing you hadn't admitted yet. Like, we haven't admitted yet. Are you even surviving without the boy being 10 feet away from you at all times? Or is everything right with the world again and he's back? No, Lee, he isn't here. Just like he wasn't here yesterday, or the last time you asked, or the time before that. Where is he?
Sorry.
Oh, my bad. Can you blame me? Doesn't it seem like he should have made his grand return already? Plus, I want to visit soon, and he needs to be there too. You couldn't understand where she was coming from. This was certainly outside the norm. For the past couple of months, and the last few weeks especially, Kofa had been going to his mom's place in Nevada. The two of you still regularly stay in contact over texts and calls, but still. Mine began to drift back in time to all prior trips he'd taken to visit her. Almost every year he'd have to go away for a while and then he'd be back. It made you sad and lonely when it happened. You never minded it. It was kind of nice to have breaks from away from each other. You weren't a fan, but made do. It was just shitty. It upset you. Your younger self worried about him leaving for good. Papa. It's upset you. Your younger self worried about him leaving for good. You sent him letters the entire time he was away. Your moms helped you ship out care packages to him and his mom. You gave him special treasures to take with him before he left. You kept an eye on his house for him while he wasn't there. You were incapable of doing anything until he was back. Um, um, I guess I'll do this. You gave him special treasures to take with him before he left. Some were just to borrow, and others were for him to keep forever. He sent you letters while they're in return. That's how it was. That's how it was in the past. But lately, he had been trying to see her as much as he could before taking long trips to another state become too impractical to do. His part-time work could become full-time soon, or he could be moving somewhere else for school. Cove hadn't actually been entirely clear what his plans were after graduation. Cole was hesitant to speak on that, even with you. It couldn't be avoided forever. No, you both knew that.
Well,
Maybe we should switch this up to a non-Cove related topic. That works. The rest of the conversation rolled on. Not much longer, though. Lee had to go, and you need to finish your responsibilities around the house. The both of you exchanged goodbyes, then you went back to what you'd been working on before the call came. Look at her with a little son that had one thing about it, I ain't gonna lie. She gonna put that fit together. As you wrapped up the last of your chores, you were approached by Liz wearing a cheeky smile. I got mom's keys. Wanna get out of this tiny town to do some shopping in a real city? Yeah, that's been way too long since I've gone anywhere exciting.
good.
Good. I'm driving. That was obvious you didn't know how to drive. You were glad for that. You still just had a learner's permit, even though you could drive too. It was her plan. She could do it if she wanted. It was nice of her to do that. You had a license, but tried to avoid driving when possible. Yeah, we can do this. Go get your wallet and anything else. We're going now. With a nod, you made a quick detour to collect your stuff from your room. This is. I'm so proud of this character development. I feel like I say that every time. But Liz, oh my god. You have money saved up from all the part-time work you'd done, as well as from gifts you received. After making sure you both were fully prepared for the long haul to the largest city in the surrounding area, you buckled into the car. I remember when she was sad and we cheered her up with playing her favorite song. It's a smooth ride there, with light conversation about what shops to stop at and the radio blasting. Liz controlled what was played, but she made sure to pick songs she knew you liked. It was something the two of you had always done for each other. The trip there breezed by, and then what felt like no time you had gone from cruising down the road to cruising through the mall. Liz had her interests to check out, and you yours. Your hobbies and skills were still the ones you developed when you were younger. You had gotten into new things since you grown up. What kind of new things we talking about? Let's see. You like to read, you like to watch. Games were fun to you. You like to play. That was how we was last time. You like hanging out with people. You like going to the beach, and you were into sports. Like you enjoyed music. You spent time on art. You wrote things. You enjoyed learning new things. You were into fashion. You were into fashion. You love shoes. You love makeup, jewelry, clothes. Um, you love makeup and jewelry. And Mm. You like to watch TV, movies, stand-up comedy, plays, people. When they say people, do they mean people watch? I ain't gonna lie. Every time when I'm like at a restaurant or whatever, and we see next to a window, I people watch. Um, is it movies? I could pick more than one. Movies and TV. Um, I feel like we still should have these music and art. Ooh, creating digitally. So we went from drawing to what sculpting. Let's do sculpting. Oh, we could do both. I love it. Creating digitally and visiting galleries, and we enjoy music. I do drums and piano. Yo, we are everywhere apparently. I think I'm gonna leave it at that because it's a lot. And that was everything major that came to mind. When turning a corner down a new lane of the mall, your eyes caught on a little gift store. Your friends and family had recently given you many presents for graduating high school. You realized you wanted to get a graduating gift yourself to give to Cove. You had a gift of your own ready to give to Cove when the chance comes. You really appreciated what you had gotten. You had a gift of your own ready to give to Cove when the chance came. It was something you had known you wanted to do, and you were looking forward to seeing his reaction. Graduation may have already came and gone, but Cove wasn't really around, so you had to wait. Eventually, the mall was explored and full, with every shop of note being checked over. Rather than going home, you decided to walk over to some smaller stores nearby. This had many thoughts on the table.
So,
So, honestly, malls are not a bastion of society, even if smaller stores require extra distance. The brands are so much more. Then your sister abruptly stopped speaking and walking. Right in the middle of the path, it was a good thing no one was behind her. She seemed to entirely shut off for a moment. Liz, if I see Cole with another girl, and this whole time he was there, I will push him in that water, and hopefully it's deep. The attempt to catch her attention was unsuccessful. Something else had all her focus. Before you could puzzle out what might be happening, she began to mumble out of the corner of her mouth. Nova, don't draw attention, but look. What? That harsh whisper and a subtle jerk of her head, she urged you once more.
hey,
Look! You followed her gaze as best you could to a large bunch of colorful teens strolling down the same path. Okay. You faced back over to your sister with a confused expression and an unspoken question. What were you supposed to be seeing there? Nova, doesn't one of them seem familiar? It's Derek. She was practically bouncing at this point, so you looked the group over again, and this time you saw what she was seeing. Oh! Oh, look at him! I hope he outgrown himself. I forgot your name, not gonna lie, but oh, I remember you. Pat, do you remember him? Forgot his name. Kinda feel bad. Amongst the collection of strangers was brown haired, gray eyes, and lots of freckles. Shiloh, that was his name. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I was just pretending to see if y'all knew it. To test y'all memories. That's Shiloh. Our Shiloh. From when we were kids. Yep, that was definitely him. I can't believe it. He's only just there. That's hilarious. That's incredible. Oh, But how do we talk to him? We'd have to pull him away from all those other people, and what if I'm wrong? Your mouth opened to reply, but she cut it off with her own answer to the question. I've got it. I'll shout the name Shiloh, and then when he went, then we can act like it wasn't us. If he responds to that, we'll know without a doubt it's him. Nova, keep an eye out to see if he looks. Just can't you just try talking to him normally? No, I like the plan. We are not doing that. It's a terrible plan. No, it's a good plan. Why do I have to be the one who watches? Let's try it. Fine. You didn't even know how to react. I feel like I've done this before. Let's try it. Luckily, without even hearing what you had to say, Liz put her plan into action. Shiloh! She loudly projected the word across the way and then put on an act as casual listening, turning her head away from the scene while brushing at the skirt of her dress. Ooh, she playing that all good. In a supremely awkward moment, you could only stand there as the tension in the area shifted to the two of you, thanks to your sister's shout. But of the many startled bystanders who became alerted, altered to your presence, one of them was the boy. From a distance, his large eyes met yours. He looked. A bright grin took over Liz's face. She pushed the rim of her sun hat up and away from her face while swishing back around to greet her old friend directly. Shiloh! Waving, she stepped a bit closer to express her intention to meet without really closing the gap. She wanted him to come to her. Who you presume to be Shiloh looked surprised at the call out. He stole a quick glance at the crowd he was with and hustling glanced back your way. He was trying to double check something. Liz remained steadfast with her gaze trained on him, and ultimately, he broke away from the rest of them. Yay! I miss your overalls. After a light-footed jog across the brick path, the young man pleasantly presented himself in front of you and Liz.
Hi.
How much younger was he compared to us? I know he was the youngest, but how? How many years? Hi, I like your hat. Just that simple greeting had Liz giggling.
Hey.
Hello. I'm not sure if you remember this, but I'm Lizzie, and that's Nova. We were all friends when we were little kids. His already wide eyes grew even wider. Their gaze darted between you and Liz. His previously chipper demeanor faded into something delicate. Mm, I'm really sorry, but I think you have the wrong person. You could tell not being instantly recognized was going to make this exchange more of a challenge. Still, Liz was undeterred. It was a long time ago. You were really young. I get why you feel like that. However, I'm positive I'm right. You're exactly the same. That face, the freckles, how generally you try to phrase things. You're even still wearing a hat. Instinctively, he looked up at his headwear and creased brows, not making the connection on why the hat meant something to her.
Okay.
We knew each other, okay? Like her face. An easy smile settled on him as the silence followed Liz's speech. He was picking his next words carefully. And then the quiet was obliterated by a new voice bursting into the conversation. Shiloh, what are you doing? The rest of the group already left. A field trip is not a vacation. We are on a schedule. Oh, he's still. Okay, field trip. Startled, your head snapped towards the path. A distinctly unhappy individual with piercing magenta eyes, dark brown skin, and a sharp jaw stormed your way. Oh, please be nice. He carried a cloud of authority with him, despite looking like he wasn't even 18 yet.
Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ditch. Shiloh, whose name was now officially confirmed, gestured with a hand to add to the explanation of his absence as the stranger watched impatiently. They thought they recognized me as someone they knew, but it was a tiny misunderstanding. Liz theoretically as well as literally put her foot down at that, stopping in frustration and getting more childish the longer she was around her childhood companion. Did y'all got like a picture on y'all phone? Well, I know I don't because I don't have a phone. Maybe she don't got a phone. If y'all had a picture, then yeah.
Come on.
We do know you. Shallow merely strung, him, strung in on himself. The tone he spoke was pained. Sorry. You honestly couldn't tell if he was apologizing for the upset feeling of your sister or the palpable dissatisfaction of the new acquaintance. That in itself was a very shallow light. I mean, do y'all know his mother name? Oh, you know him? Is that it? The stranger spoke in a dismissively scoffing tone, as if the words sounded so absurd to him it was almost amusing. Almost. But the sternness of his demeanor quickly reinstated itself. Well, do you know me? I'll tell you. I'm someone who has been forced against his will to be aware of what's going on in Shallow's ridiculous personal life for a year. If the two of you had any importance in his general day to day existence, it would have come up by now. Don't bother trying to exaggerate any trivial connection you might have. It's not good enough. He's with us and you'll survive without him. Now stop loitering in the road. It's rude.
Excuse me?
Liz, we can fight him. I'm all for it. Tag team. Excuse me? We're the rude ones? The high strung ranting got an audible gasp from Shiloh, who finally started to speak up again in defense. Nate, that's really mean. Fuck Nate. What Nate look like though? It's also true. We're leaving. With that declaration, the unofficially introduced Nate indignantly spun on his heels and walked speedily towards where the group went, completely confident that Shallow would follow behind. Uh, oh, people can sure have bad attitudes, huh? Why can't they just try to get along? It's not hard. Don't worry though. I bet you won't have to deal with him again. And I'm sorry I can't stay to talk to you, but I hope you have a really nice life.
Bye.
Shiloh! No. And that was it. His final parting words given. Shiloh left the two of you behind to catch up with his own life that he had to go live. My heart. He used to follow Liz wherever she went. He was her shadow, like Shiloh. Liz watched his exit, stunned. On to frown when it hit her that he was really gone as quickly as he appeared. It happened so fast you hadn't even been able to get a word in. She sighed, all the energy she built up releasing with the breath.
Uh,
I could have told him his last name was Fields. His birthday is October 30th. That would have proved it, but no. I'm sorry, Liz. Wow, Shallow grew up to be dumb. you were you were left feeling equally deflated. Whoever Nate is, he sucks. Well, damn. You couldn't help but laugh. I remember that we not like kids anymore. So well, damn. You were left feeling equally deflated. That could have been a nice moment, and instead it was disappointing. Why aren't you running after him? I mean, didn't they say they was on a field trip? I don't know. Liz merely shook her head, pushing off childish thoughts. I think we can leave it there. Thanks. He's in the middle of high school field trip, and it was already enough being able to see him. And I feel like an adult chasing after a kid and the kid don't even remember that person might seem suspicious. There's something reassuring about witnessing firsthand that he's still out there, enjoying his own part of the world. Though, if given the chance, I could definitely have a few words with him about the company he's got. She laughed, but you could tell there wasn't much humor to it. She was mad at that guy, even if she was happy to let Shiloh go. Maybe they're only with each other because of the trip, and it's not usually how things are.
Right?
True, we can only hope the same for him as he did for us. Have a nice life, Shiloh. Shiloh. Have a good life, bye, Shiloh. We'll miss you. Good luck out there. You'll need it. You didn't have anything. Uh, we'll miss you. Liz smiled at you. It had the self confidence you knew so well from her. Come on, little baby sister. Let's finish our own trip. Yeah, no matter how either of you really felt about the occurrence, it was something you simply had to accept. People you know just disappear and reappear in the most unexpected ways. The two of you enjoyed what remained of your outing until it was time to return home. Yo, that was with me at my job. Like, I kept seeing people from like either my old neighborhood or like school that would show up. By the time you arrived back, the sun was already beginning to set. You arched your back as you stretched your arms towards the ceiling. While it had been a good day, it had enough activity to cover an entire week. Liz tried to hide a yawn behind her hands. You weren't the only one feeling worn out. I'll be heading out to your room. I mean, the guest room, since mine stopped being available as soon as I went out the door. Her tone was light. She had quite a lot to say on the subject when you first taken over her bigger room after she left for college. But there have been many trips back home for her since then. Oh, we took her room? That's cool. The room hasn't been hers for years. It was more of a running joke now that she continued to bring the topic up to this day. Let it go, Liz. I didn't see your name on it. Thanks. Thank you, Liz. It's a really nice room. Thanks for being so gracious about giving it up. You want to follow in big sister shoes? I'm sorry. Just wanted to fill in my big sister shoes. Flattery as a compliment can only go so far, Nova. A small laugh was shared between you and your older sister.
Mm-hmm.
You better believe you'll be back in the guest room when you got your own place and we're both in town for a visit. We can take turns. You'll have Thanksgiving. I'll get Christmas. Uh huh, sure. Don't count on it. That's alright with me. I don't need it. No, we could take turns. But a reasonable and mature suggestion. I'll think about accepting it. She flashed her familiar grin, and you couldn't help but feel glad she was back around, even if it was temporarily. With that, she plodded off to the spare room. You were ready to do the same. Moving into a new space was your first opportunity to decorate from scratch. Oh my god. Oh, we can decorate our room. Oh wow, she did have a big room. Purple. Extra. Extra one. Extra two. Oh, I can do both. What are we gonna do both? Left. Right. Take out the book. Oh, wait, I could choose. Okay. No. Left. Are we a plant girl? Ooh, stuffed animals. Okay. I'm torn because I do want the seashell. I'm gonna leave it blank right there. Walls. Left. Left. I did say sharks are my favorite. Oh, that's so cool. Oh! We can change it. Lights. Camera. Action. Oh, if I do that, I don't get lights. Nah, I need to fill up that space. Middle, 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 middle. What is this? I don't know what that is. What's up with all these damn plants? Ooh, telescope. They do a telescope. Yes, we're saving this. Done. You are really satisfied with the feel of your tiny part of the world. As your thoughts drifted, you tried to bat down another yarn. It was no good. Your bed was now larger in your mind, and all you could think about was collapsing on it. You trudged up the stairs to your room. Stepping inside, you closed the door behind you, blocking the rest of the house. When you turned back around, you realized you were not alone there. Who the fuck is in here? Comfortably perched on the windowsill was someone very familiar to you. Yeah, my heart literally skipped a beat. Oh, I'm God designed you like that. You look even better. Hold on, I got take a little drink real quick. I gotta drink some water. As much as I love seeing your beautiful face, well, I'm gonna mention this first. Why are you looking at me like this? Mm. And then secondly, how the hell you get in my house? Did I just leave the window open? And then thirdly, where the fuck have you been? You haven't been responding to me. I saw Shiloh. The shot knocked all the words out of you. Huh? How are you here? The shot knocked all, even though I want to say this, because I did say, how the hell you get in the house? The shot knocked all the words out of you. Surprise. Ooh, I got butterflies. Do anybody else got butterflies? Because I got butterflies. Look at this. No. His tone was easy and relaxed. It certainly was a surprise. You hadn't expected him to be within the state, never mind your own house. How the fuck did he get in? He hadn't answered how he had suddenly disappeared back in Sunset Bird. Though to be fair, you've been too astounded to actually ask the question. Thankfully, Cole took the hand from your stunned expression and began to explain.
So,
Oh my god, listen to his voice. I got in about 15 minutes ago. No one was home, so I figured I'd come in the usual way. The window. A small smile had formed on his face. You were still staring at him, unable to blink in case he disappeared. You could still barely believe that he was really there, mere feet away from you. I left my bags in your backyard. I hope that's alright. That was when you truly understood. Cove had come straight to you upon getting back in town. You were his first port of call, taking precedence above all else. Even though you had been in when he called, Cole had ensured that he'd see you at the earliest opportunity, rather than allowing his plans to change. Oh, he put me first. Fact, he put us first. You laughed. The realization made you bashful. You shook your head. His antics? You stayed frozen. The shock began to melt away. You walked over to join him. You ran to Cove. Oh, we ran to Cove. Bitch, you better catch me. Every second away from him was a moment too long. As you approached, Cole quickly hopped from the windowsill to meet you. You're too crazy. I'm so glad you're here. I miss you. Trouble's back in town. I can't believe my eyes. It's the most amazing man in the world. I would never say that to him. You didn't need to say anything. Didn't need to say anything. You ruffle his hair, you wrap him in a gentle embrace, you pull him into a bone crushing hug, you jumped into his arms, you smiled, you kissed him. That was easy. Uh, he instinctively began to close his eyes as your face leaned in closer to his. You did it on his forehead, you did it on his nose, you did it on his cheek. You did it to his lips. How much I want to do forehead? We gotta go to the lips. Ooh, hold on, my eyes burning. Get why? When I'm doing this, my eyes start burning. He met you part way, and the two of you shared a gentle greeting kiss. You then stepped back a bit. Cole rubbed the side of his head and furtively glanced down. Though he couldn't help getting a little nervous still, he was beaming. I miss you. Did you? Did you really? Even if he hadn't said it outright, you would have gotten the message from his body language. Cole was grinning widely, his raised cheeks burying his eyes, which gleamed like hidden gems. But he looked at you as if you were the most exciting treasure of all. Obviously, was the trip any good? Cole's brow creased as he considered your question. He leaned in and kissed you again. What? Oh, I forgot I did put that sentence in. Because I like let him do the thing. Okay. Uh, After a long moment, he broke the kiss and tilted his face back just enough to speak, but not so much that your forehead stopped touching. I hate it. I hated it. Let's never be apart again. Okay? From what I read, it's your fault. But I don't know the whole situation. But it's your fault. Fucking eyebrows. He said that absolutely as a joke, an exaggeration. Something that wasn't a real request, of course. And yet, despite all that, it felt real. Your heart hammered in your chest. Your head swam, cast adrift on a tide of thoughts and adrenaline. Cole smiled, as if offering a silent apology for his sudden onslaught of tenderness, but he let the words proudly hang in the air all the same. Cole told you about how his trip back had gone. Soon you'd even recovered even enough to actually listen. His mom was doing really well. She had a project in the works that she was thrilled about. As a result, Cole was going to be sticking around in Sunset Bird for the time being. Things were settled, as much as they ever could be. With Cole back once more, you felt at ease. Cole stretched his arms out over his head, his eyes on the window and the world beyond. The sun had set while you'd been busy reuniting.
Well,
Reunited and it feels so good, so good. I should probably get my stuff and see that. No, he don't even know you're here. He glanced over to you with a familiar, expectant look. Wanna come with me? Yes! You know I do. No, but I'll walk you downstairs. Sure, I can go over for a little while. Yes!
cool.
Am I clingy? Pat, you can tell me, am I clingy? I mean, to be fair, he's been gone for a long time. Cole began to head to your bedroom door. You followed after him, you sit on a pig. Yeah, carry me downstairs. It was a special occasion. It was just the normal thing in your relationship. Wait up! I need a ride. Cole shook his head, the smile on his face implying that it was you and your sense, your senses he was questioning, not the request. I don't know about you, but I feel like a piggyback ride going down the stairs is scary as shit. He come to expect the letter, even if he didn't get why it held such appealing for you.
All right.
But you so strong. He crouched down just enough for you to hop on his back in a practice move. There wasn't much of a difference in height between you. You didn't need to bend down much at all, and how and with how often you done it, there was no trouble in climbing aboard the Cove Express. Cole straightened up with his pose, accustomed to bouncing someone over his shoulders. Over his shoulders. Cole carried you down the stairs. You had to duck down a couple of times, the ceiling grazing against your elevated head. Still, you safely reached the ground floor of your house. The door is gonna be in the way. Get off here so I can open it. He bent down to let you slide safely off his back. Seeing things from your usual height was disorienting after getting accustomed to looking down at everything. And all the excitement of Cole's return. You hadn't even remembered the gift you prepared for when he got back. It would be best to give it to him now, before he left your house. Can you wait here for a little while? I got something for you. Cole tilted his head, intrigued.
Really?
Of course. He nodded with some eagerness, trying to imagine how he'd react when he actually saw it. You brought Cole something special. The gift you chosen hadn't been something you could buy. The gift you had chosen hadn't been something you could buy. We made it specially handmade. It was the orange shell he'd been entranced with since you were kids. A white poppy from the hill beyond your house. No, he'll get rid of it. I think he'll lose it. Something you made yourself. Now we should give him the shell because he really liked it and he would take it though. Julia went up to your room to collect the shell, knowing exactly where to find it. It had been housed in the same box since you were a little kid. After all, taking great care, you extracted it from the case. Though it had been a long time since you'd taken it out, the grooves were as familiar to your fingertips as the opening line of your favorite song was to your ears. Cole had admired this shell ever since he first saw it, declaring it to be the best of all your treasures. Despite that, he never accepted your offers to take it. You hoped that might change tonight. You closed your hand around the shell, not wanting Cole to see it until you were ready, and headed downstairs. When you back in front of Cole, you cautiously lifted your arm up. He looked on curiously as you unfurled your fingers to show him the gift. Please take it, or I'll have to smoke it into your house. I really want you to have it. Cole stared down at the familiar shell nestled in your palm. His mouth parted, though no words came out. He drew his eyes up to meet yours, silently, and found an answer to whatever question he couldn't speak. He put his hand over yours and broke the silence. Okay. It was as quiet as a whisper. His fingers were as gentle as his words, brushing against your palm as he took the shell from your grasp. He curled it carefully against his chest and smiled at you, his eyes bright. I'll keep it forever. You better! Cole reverently laid the gift safely on the counter, but he didn't turn back to face you once he had ensured it was secure. Though his face was angled away from you, you caught his eyelash fluttering as if batting away tears. His throat bowed as he swallowed bubbling emotion. Oh, I love that. He's not afraid to cry in front of us. You knew that Cole could be sentimental. The gift and all the memories and feelings tied up in it seemed to have taken a toll on him. When he began to sniffle, you felt the need to reach out. Cole, I can't. You just. Nova? I don't know what to do. He forcefully scrubbed at his eyes, like he was trying to push the tears that threatened to spill back in. Oh, Cove, it's okay. Do you need to cry? Need to. He already doing it. He's already doing it. No. Nonetheless, tears had begun to spill down his cheeks. Even as he wiped them away, more took their place. You always been a crybaby.
I.
Thank you. His voice quivered as he spoke. Cole reached out. You gladly stepped forward to meet him. He laid his warm hands against your cheeks and brought his lips to you. I love this affection. Ah! You kissed Cove until the need for air finally won out. Head spinning, you were glad of the security of Cove's hands. Even after your lips had parted, Cove remained closed, his hands still framing your face. You're welcome, don't worry about it. You're such a crybaby. You didn't need words as you quietly accepted his appreciation. We're gonna stay quiet again. Sometimes it's best not to say anything. Cole let out a steady breath. It was far removed from the shaky gasps that had accompanied his stiffness, his sniffles. The tears had dried. How the hell your tears? Who can't talk? English is hard, guys. How the hell did your tears dry up that fast? His eyes were a little red, but open and at peace once again. He smiled, fully recovered from the emotion that had overcome him. You're really, seriously, too nice to me. He smiled back. You had no right to call anyone else too nice. Cole brushed his hand against the pale ghost of a scar on his arm. He was at a loss for what to do now. The clock ticked away, counting the seconds of silence. Once you had a chance to settle your thoughts, you figured you'd tell Cole the intriguing news. I have to tell you, you're never gonna guess who I saw today. You didn't give Cole a chance to reply. There seriously was no way that he figured it out. Shiloh!
Huh?
Shiloh? Cole repeated the name, his expression blank. From when we were kids. Cole pondered for a moment, then snapped his fingers. Oh, he was the freckly, the freckly boy from that first summer, right? The one who moved. The guy was named Shiloh, and he looked just like Shiloh from back then, even wearing a hat still. But he had no idea who I was and ran off somewhere. Cole frowned. That's uh, hmm. I don't know. Too bad I missed it. Though you knew him better than I did. Sir, you did not like that boy for a good bit. That was definitely true. Not only had Cove known Shiloh for a shorter period of time, but he and Shiloh had never quite gotten along. They did not. Maybe a little bit towards the end, but they did not get along. Not that they were enemies either. Just kids who were only ever together because of the people they both knew. First off, wasn't it he said something about like him being red, and then he comment on his cast, or he said something close with both of them was like mad at each other. I wonder what Shiloh's up to these days. I don't have any idea. He didn't say much.
Oh.
Oh well, that was everything you had on that news item. So you move on to the next big update. Also, you know the mean old neighbors, the ones who will always yell at us. He cringed, recalling those particular memories of back in the day was not pleasant, even for someone as nostalgic as him. Yeah, they're not coming. They didn't rent the condo this summer. Cold jaw dropped. You didn't blame him. The elderly couple had been an institution for as far back as you could remember, long predating Cole's arrival. Even now, as a teenager, you found your neck prickling as you walked by their condo, half expecting a scolding for breathing the wrong way in the vicinity of their vacation home. It was strange to think of that coming to an end. Wow. Cole blinked, clearly struggling with the idea in the same way you had.
Hmm.
I didn't see that coming. People will be being gone, people coming back. It feels like I've missed a lot. This has been a busy summer already. Mm, well, you haven't missed the fireflies. They haven't shown up yet. Well, that's something. And we better not get left behind. There's still stuff to do. You nodded. As soon as you left your house, Cole bent down to let you climb back onto his back for the last part of the journey. Oh, he knew. It seemed that no sooner had the night begun that it was already at an end, and the dawn of a new day was soon upon you. The next morning, your belly was full of breakfast, and you were in a pleasant mood. You hoped the rest of your day followed suit. Later, you were meeting up with your friends, Cole, Miranda, and Terry, to go into town. It was all on short notice, but that was because everyone was just so excited that Cole was finally back home. Did we tell Lee? We gotta tell Lee. Lee was waiting for that too. Having a nice daydream? You blinked, pushing all your thoughts away and returning to reality. Your mom was watching you with that teaser smile.
All right.
So, what's on the agenda today? I meet up with some people. Well, I hope you and your friends have fun. Don't get into too much trouble. She winked at you. You knew both of your moms wanted you to enjoy every bit of the summer before all the big changes started. I'll try.
That'd be great.
But before you go gallivanting around town, could you bring the mail in? I'm finishing up putting the dishes away over here. Alright. Thanks very much. Hey, you changed again. I don't know how I feel about this. I think my favorite outfit of you, not going over your favorite look, was the beginning. Mm. As soon as you were outside your front door, you couldn't help but see Cole and his dad standing around in the road. They noticed you too.
Hey,
Hey there, Nova. Cole smiled lightly and waved. When you began making your way over, he added, Hi. You waved at him, you hugged him, you gave him a high five, you gave him a noogie, you rubbed his hair, you kissed him. Do they know that we're dating? I remember that we said we was going to keep this a secret from our parents. Is that still a thing? You hugged him. Why not? Mounting his arms, Cove held you tightly until you were ready to let go. His eyes shone brightly, with so much adoration that you feared your heart might stop. Even after all this time, being with him hadn't got any less thrilling. You noticed Mr. Holden was taking in the scene of you and Cole with a self-satisfied smile. Cole followed your line of sight and shot his dad an unimpressed look. For a moment, Mr. Holden seemed like he had a thought dancing on the tip of his tongue, but he decided to keep it to himself.
so,
What are you up to today? Me and Cove are meeting some friends later. We're gonna paint the town red, just like Doja said. Exciting. They won't know what hit him. Cole shook his head disapprovingly, but you knew him well enough to tell that he was entertained by your notion. Yawning, Mr. Holden stretched his arms over his head. My boy and I have just been waiting around to see what the new neighbors are like. It was definitely his idea. I don't know how you're not interested in this. It's big news. Besides, it'll only be polite to greet the new folks in town. Maybe it'll be a single dad and his son. You've been here too long. If seeing new person rent a condo is what you consider exciting development. Yes, I'm down to see newcomers. Your response was just a shrug. I don't want to meet them. Well, anyone has to be better than the last tenants. A shrug. You weren't concerned either way about it. If I run into them, okay. If I don't, I won't think much of it.
Right, right.
Fair enough. Especially with everything happening for you this summer. On the topic of what came after this, you tuned Mr. Holden out momentarily and looked at Cole. He nodded understandingly. Miss Holden took one more glance at the currently vacant building and sighed dramatically. When he turned back to you and Cole, his whole body seemed deflated. There's no sign of them, and I still need to head over to work soon. Cole gave his dad a few reassuring pats on the back. Okay, I promise to keep an eye out. I can text you if anything happens. Really?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, only until I have to meet up with Terry and Miranda. Would that still work? With the wide grin breaking out on his face, Mr. Holden looked absolutely thrilled to have his nosiness enabled. Think that would work. He moved to firmly place both hands over Cole's shoulder, fixing his child with a firm stare. Son, you are my true ally in this world. Mr. Holden stood up straighter, letting Cole go. He looked reinvigorated. Okay, with that settled, I'll go make some money. That's always been the one thing I do best. Shit, making money, throwing away money. Mm. Mr. Holden headed off to the garage with a big wave goodbye. Cole smiled the whole time you both watched his dad leave. You really like Mr. Holden. Mr. Holden was one of your favorite people. Cole's dad was kind of a bother. Did somebody knock on my door? Hold on. Did I hear somebody knock on my door? Or am I about? Y'all, if I get kidnapped, y'all all are witnesses. Well, if you hear me screaming, Pack, I've been kidnapped. What was it doing? Yeah, mixed feelings on Miss out. No, we really like him. His was one of your favorite people. He always tried his best and was honestly just great. As soon as he was out of sight, Cole sighed lightly. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, just not looking forward to waiting. Guess I'll be hanging around the street a while. Good luck. See you later. Bye. Like, good luck with that. I'll stick around to see the new neighbor. I can wait with you. Why don't I stay to see the new neighbor and keep you company? And they basically the same. I know. I guess the last one they basically the same. Curiosity about the new tenant was getting the better of you, and you figured that the wait wouldn't be too much longer. And besides, you just couldn't leave Cove. Really? Of course. I like keeping you company. Remember? He stared at you a moment, smiling softly and thinking about his response.
Me too.
I like that too. Cole put his hands on your shoulders. His thumb absentmindedly moved in a soothing circle. The look in his eyes was much firmer. He was serious. Nova, you're my true ally in this world. Okay. They got a fair amount of chuckles from you. He grinned, the stoicism fading into amusement.
Thank you.
I knew you'd stay for me. You're lucky to have me. It's no problem. I can't help myself. You laugh. You shook your head. You simply shrugged. I guess you laughed. It was soft and happy. The smile on his face reached his eyes, and it made you feel electric. It's electric. And then he let go of you. Cole stepped over to his front porch steps, lazily taking a seat and leaning back on his arms. Our watch begins. Nodding in agreement, you joined Cole on their front porch steps. You both sat there in a comfortable familiarity as you settled in for the waiting game of the new tenants. The neighborhood was quiet, and you sighed contentedly, closing your eyes and feeling the light breeze. Eventually, you both perked up at the sound of a car. A taxi followed the noise, turning onto your street. Imagine if that Jeremy kid was the new neighbor. Cole's eyebrows raised at the sight, and he sat up straight on the stoop.
Oh?
This has to be them, right? I still can't get. You look. I made you look beautiful. What the fuck is happening? Chad, I think I'm losing my mind. I don't know if it's the game or real life. Y'all, like I said, if y'all hear screaming, I'm being kidnapped. The only people who come out here live here. It has to be. And that they were here, you couldn't help but feel just a bit curious. You wonder what kind of person would be living in the neighborhood for the summer. The taxi pulled to a stop as you expected in front of the now empty condo. It was on the same side of the street as your house, a few buildings further up. Without getting to his feet, Cole tried leaning and tilting his head to get a view of the passenger door as it opened. The single occupant exited the cab. Huh? You could feel that Cole was in that moment. After the last renters, this new visitor was definitely not exactly what you expect. No comment. I don't know. No comment. It was a young man. Had to be close to your own age. He was dressed fully in a ele- eclectic, y'all know what that is, black and white and gray outfit. Even his side swoop hair matched the scheme. The only other pop of color was from something that couldn't easily be fashioned into a submission. A pair of dark brown eyes, which he caught when he looked over at his audience. That's dark brown to y'all, I guess. Hello, folks. Who might you be? We're the neighbors. The smile already prominent on his face curled further. It was cocky. He even looked cocky. But you didn't get the impression it meant something adverse. Hallelujah. You and Cole shared a familiar look with one another, bewildered even further. The color coordinated man. Oh my god.
Can I steal some fabuloso?
You know they can hear you, right? I told him. I told them that if you hear screaming, I've been kidnapped, and they all witnesses. Okay, chat. I'm gonna have to put you on mute real quick. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, we're back. I can't believe that happened. The color coordinated man left it there. However, with a firm click, he shut the door of his ride. Then he turned his back to you to retrieve a large, unsurprisingly, black suitcase out of the trunk. Continuing on with his own business, he shrugged worriedly and lightly tapped on the driver's side window with his knuckles, asking for them to roll it down. When it opened, he leaned down and rested his arm on the edge. He assumed he was thanking the driver for getting him there, considering he slipped them a tip during the brief chat. They shook hands, and then he pushed himself up and away from the taxi with both arms, giving the driver room to leave. The taxi pulled away, rolling carefully down the road and out of sight around the corner. The new renter had officially arrived. How do we feel about him? I mean, I like his rings. He left his suitcase on the ground, out of the way of the street, and sauntered over your way with the confidence of someone who had been invited to join. Cole finally stood up to greet this person. You follow suit.
Excellent.
Why is there like a gap like another person about to show up? Wait, why his voice sound like that? Hello, Baxter. I'm Baxter Ward. It's excellent to meet you, neighbors. You were standing on the side he was approaching from. When Baxter got close enough, he offered his hand to you first. You shook it, you offered to low five. Why the hell would I low five him? No offense to people who do that. You held your arms open to offer a hug and said, "Oh, we shook it." Baxter gripped your hand firmly to give a satisfying shake. Welcome to Sunset Bird, Baxter. I'm Nova. Hey, Nova. I am quite keen on getting to know you better this summer. We could be good friends. Oh! This is the drama I was waiting for. From your other side, Cole made a sudden sputtering noise. And you are? He lifted his hand out to Cole next. Cole instead crossed his arms to express his rejection of that idea, still eyeing Baxter carefully. I'm Cole. Baxter's whole demeanor lit up for unknown reasons. His eyes shone as he studied Cole a moment.
Really?
Who? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I might don't like his appearance that much, but his voice, I'm gonna leave it at that, his voice. Now wait, is that a nickname or your real name? It's just my name. Cole spoke mildly, having given that explanation many times in the past, but it clearly charmed Baxter all the same. He tossed his head to one side with a laugh. Your parents knew exactly what they were doing. I can't imagine a more fitting name for the face I'm seeing. Cole, that's gorgeous.
I... What?
It's it's really not. No, I agree, it's Sushi. Hey, only I get to flush with him. Imagine if I said that. That's a lot considering you're talking to a stranger, Baxter. You didn't know what to say. He's taken. I didn't know what to say. I'm gonna let it be. After a noticeable pause, Baxter caught on that made you both uncomfortable. Oh, my bad.
I'm sorry.
Who is the voice actor? I'm sorry. It wasn't intended to me more than it did. I like your name, but you don't have to mind that. I'm patiently against stepping on anyone's toes. He chuckled to himself. I keep hearing shit. He chuckled to himself. It seemed like there was some extra meaning hidden there in his words, and you noticed that Cole raised an eyebrow, picking up on that too. Baxter didn't even open his eyes to seek your faces to know he had some filling to do. He stood up straighter, striking a slight pose with the position of his feet. I'm a ballroom dancer, hence the phrasing. Oh, I don't know much about dancing, but that's pretty cool. It's not hard once you get the basics down. Cole didn't look convinced at all. Baxter took that as a cue to keep talking.
Wow.
He grinned in a way that was rapidly becoming familiar to you. If either of you are looking for a partner, I'm available. Cole peeked at you, smiling softly. You felt his familiar touch as he squeezed your hand for a moment. I already have a partner. Nova is the only one I want to dance with. Sorry, she's my girlfriend. Yes! Stake your claim! You're both together? Yeah, we are. Now that's crushing, but makes sense. I got here too late. Should have taken a semester off sooner. Ooh,
I get it.
that's a joke, really. I didn't mean to intrude on anything you have with the offer. I'll take you up on that offer sometime. I'd rather not. You didn't answer the question. Exactly, Cove is the guy I danced with. Master smiled and nodded understandingly, letting the subject go. After that, there was a lull in the conversation, and Cole attempted to fill it. I'm surprised. That's a big step, because he never did. He would just like just sit there and I had to do it. Um, what made you decide on Sunset Bird? Oh, yes. Well, my parents rented a condo, so I had a place to stay while I'm off for a semester from college and not living in the dorms. There was a playful glint in Baxter's eyes as he continued.
Honestly.
Oddly, they wanted to send me somewhere that wasn't too exciting, but lucky for me, they picked the wrong street, considering the two of you live here. Baxter then preemptively lifted his hands up in front of his chest, giving a gesture for meaning no harm. It's nice not to be the only one my age around the neighborhood for an entire summer. Nothing more. That was a story you had heard before. The same one as when Lonely Cole and his dad moved in all those years ago. Cole wasn't relating still. You could have phrased it like that in the first place.
Hmm.
I don't feel the need to keep words of praise to myself, but they're not romantic come-ons. I see that you two are a very much committed pair. I'd like to be friends, if we can, but that's all. It's okay. It doesn't bother me. I appreciate it if you didn't do that with me. I'm finding it pretty entertaining. You probably annoyed a lot of people. You stood there unsure how to react. I think it doesn't bother me if he's saying that he wasn't doing nothing, but then again, if it's what I think it is, like, oh yeah, he's just joking around, like he really don't do that. Then, but then again, we gotta think of Cove and his. I don't know. Let's just say it doesn't bother me for the drama. I'm glad we're working things out. Setting his weight on his foot, Besser tried to move forward.
So,
Which condo is yours? How long have you been living together? Oh, oh no. I'll sputter again and unintentionally a laugh escaped you.
That's
We're we're both your neighbors, but we live in different houses with our parents. As if second nature, the two of you pointed to your homes, the buildings directly across the street from each other. Baxter's eyebrows raised at that. Your neighbors? Who started dating? What a couple of lovebirds. You're the backbone of romantic society. Honestly, I hope you never break up. If you can make it work, there might be a chance for the rest of us. You knew Cole well enough to tell there was a little bit of amusement in his expression, but he sighed in exasperation. After that, you had no doubts about his claims of being complimentary. You were really starting to get a kick out of it. Well, if either of you are free, I'd be thrilled to hang out this summer, but we can save the schedule talk for later. I should get my things inside. He gave a small nod of the head and flashed you both a dazzling smile.
goodbye.
Did y'all hear his voice vibrate a little? Goodbye for today. I'm trying to do his voice. How's it working? Is it working? Tell simply wave goodbye. Bye! That's Dan turned on his heels and strolled back to his suitcase, picking it up and bringing it to his condo. Nico were silent as Baxter unlocked the door and disappeared inside the house. With him completely out of the scene, Cole let out a long breath.
Well,
I don't know how I'm gonna explain that guy to my dad. He burst into a fit of laughter, trying to imagine the conversation. At least the job is done. We saw the new neighbor, and now we could go meet up with Terry and Miranda. Yeah, we should get going. You gave Baxter kind of one last glance over your shoulder. You were looking forward to seeing more of him. You thought he was charming. You were not interested in him. You weren't sure how you feel. You thought he gave a pretty bad first impression. You decided he definitely wasn't someone you liked. You weren't sure how to feel. You know, we can't just jump the gun. Honestly, you didn't know if you would ever come to a conclusion about him. Baxter was just so different. Turning your attention back to Cole, you put all the thoughts of Baxter aside. You both started making your way towards town. You took his hand, you took his arm, you walked next to him side by side. Took a hand. You slid your palm into his, and Cole laced his fingers with yours. His expression instantly became happier, and he lightly squeezed your hand. So I'm assuming that everybody know that we're dating. I like how the grocery store literally just says grocery store. A little while later, you and Cole reached a main street in town. All of a sudden, you stopped walking. What's wrong? I think I felt my phone vibrate. Yeah, 'cause we don't have the ring on. You dug your cell phone out and looked at it with a satisfied grin. There was a new message. That's the thing. Like, yes, I'm gonna keep it on vibrate, but sometimes I don't feel the vibration. Before you could read it, you were distracted by a small, amused noise from Cole. His head was slightly tilted to the side as he carefully looked at your old keychain. I can't believe you still have that. Of course I do. I love it. You shouldn't be surprised. But someone was crazy enough to get it for me, so I may as well use it. You shrugged, you quietly blushed at him pointing out. We quietly blushed. You weren't expecting him to remark of the keychain today. He knew you still had it. You watched him study it, smiling warmly. He must have been remembering the day he bought it for you.
it's nice.
I'm actually glad you like it. He looked from the keychain to you. His smile reached his eyes. It makes me happy, seeing you care about it and everything. It made me happy that you're happy. Smiling, you focused on the task at hand. You opened a new text from Miranda and all you saw was, I can see you. Immediately from where you stood, you started swiveling your head around. You couldn't spot Miranda anywhere, but she did send you more messages. Oh my god, I used to do that! Oh, we got a cell phone now. We're gonna see our cell phone more. I saw you holding Cole's hand. Scandalous. Where are you? Haha, come on. Really, Randa? Oh, I get to pick. Why thought I sent all that at once? Oh my. Where are you? The message was sent, and you were back to looking around, scanning for any sign of movement and familiar faces, but they were still invisible. Cole looked at you carefully, raising an eyebrow. Why the hell would I yell that? Miranda, come on out! You saw at ridiculousness. You burst into laughter at her antics. You sent your own joking text. You grabbed onto Cove again, waiting to show Miranda how scandalous you could be. Sent your own joking text. If you want to keep hiding, Cove and I can just go do our own stuff without you. Is what you decided on. You smirked, hitting send on the message. Cove looked at you curious, raising an eyebrow. What's happening? Before you could even begin explaining anything to Cove, you both snapped your attention to the yelling from across the street. And there you saw Miranda and Terry coming out from behind the backside wall of the grocery store. They both started waving wildly to draw even more attention to themselves. Cole took a step in their direction. He grinned and waited for them to get closer. Laughing and arm in arm, the girls stopped only to look both ways, and then rushed across the street. Yes, we love safety first. Miranda. Hi. I hope you weren't waiting too long.
Hey, buddies.
Oh my god. Why, like I said, why is everybody beautiful in this game? Oh, she got freckles even on her shoulders and stuff. That's cool. She got the same eyes as mom. No, not mom. Ma. Oh, she got over. Is it overall? I think it's overall. I like it. Hey, buddies. Hi. Hi. That joke was not funny. I'm amazed. How did you appear out of nowhere like that? Hey, I'm so happy to see you two. I thought you both knew better than to jaywalk wrestling your way. I'm amazed. How did you appear out of nowhere like that? They started giggling again. Terry glanced at Miranda, wondering what their story should be.
Ooh.
It was magic. I like it already. Gesturing in a vaguely whimsical manner, Terry went along with the decision. Terry! Magicians never reveals their secrets. Ooh. That's fair. Terry then closed the distance between her and Cove and crushed him in a painfully tight hug. You're finally here. It's been so long. What took you? He did his best to egg out a reply with his chest being compressed.
Sorry.
Are you? Are you really? Originally, she let him go. Terry looked at him with a beaming smile, but Cole was distracted, rubbing his arms. Then there, Miranda shifted her weight to her other hip. She watched Cole patiently with a bashful smile. Welcome back. Thanks. It finally felt official. Everyone was together in one place. From here, you weren't sure how often you would have another afternoon like this again. They didn't either.
So?
Cole. Terry poked Cole square in the chest. That's another thing about adulthood. As much as you had time for your friends in like high school and stuff, and maybe even college, and that maybe is a stretch, it's gonna be hard to match schedules and stuff. Unless y'all really lucky. You're gonna have to get me your schedule by this time yesterday.
No way.
Not really possible, Terry. But I can say as soon as I know. So far, work hasn't said anything. But I can tell you I'm busy with orca activities. Oh my god, are you gonna work at like the aquarium? I can see you working at an aquarium. Nicole wasn't at his part-time job or pursuing his athletic and academic interests. He's volunteered for the Ocean Restoration California affiliation. That's a lot. Orca. The group focused on cleaning up beaches and removing pollution from the ocean. Cole always loved the sea. It didn't surprise you one bit when he started getting involved with them. It was Cole's activity. You joined Orca too. After learning of it, you were an Orca member and introduced Cole to it. As much as I want to say everything is him, I'm gonna say it was Cole's activity. Their big smash event for the year is coming right up, isn't it? Yeah, there's not that much more to do before then, but I'm kind of looking forward to the fundraising push. You nodded, wondering how the event would turn out this year. I don't know why I want to give her like a country accent. She looked like a Southern belle to me. I know you can do it, and even if it goes really bad, it'll it'll still look good on that college application at least. Um, that's true.
Hey.
Hey, guess what else? We don't have to stand here to say stuff. Let's go. I would like a meal now. Cracking up, Cole nodded in agreement. Yeah, I'm hungry. Time to head out. The four of you headed into town, happily chatting the whole way. The only decision left to make was where exactly to stop and eat. The rest of the afternoon and evening passed by in a blink of an eye. When night fell, it was time to head home, and you parted ways with Miranda and Terry. Bye, girls. Y'all look beautiful. Had good personality so far. You and Cole reached your neighborhood without event. It was late enough that your out of the way street was dark and silent. You were walking entirely after such a long day. You strolled with a skip in your step. You ambled along. Cole was giving you a piggyback ride home. I want to do this one so bad, but I'm not gonna make him. You ambled along. With every step, you knew that your fate was being sealed. Your feet were going to be sore well into tomorrow. It was taking a lot of mental focus to keep up and walk alongside Cole. As you peered at his face out of the corner of your eye, you wondered why he felt so distant to you. It was out of character. Cole, just tell me. For a while, Cole silently stared ahead and left you alone with your own thoughts. It surprised you when you did hear his voice all of a sudden. He still wouldn't look at you. What you gotta tell me? Are you leaving for good?
I.
It feels weird coming back to the neighborhood and trying to get into things like they're the same. And they're not. They've changed. They're still changing. Your mouth felt uncomfortably dry all of a sudden. It was true. The things that kept the people you knew together were starting to disappear. Each person had to make their own priorities and their own path now that it wasn't set for them. You thought about your own immediate future. You have been considering more and more an idea where it's starting to settle in your mind. You hoped to go to school full time, to go to school part time, to work full time, work part time, to focus on time that's not school or work. Chat, I'm stuck again. Y'all should know this every single time I play this damn game. School full time, school part time, work full time, work part time, focus on time. That's not school or work, but I feel like we gotta go to work. Gotta make that money make first. Um, Maybe we do school part time, cause I think we already have a part time job. Unless if I pick go to school part time, that's going to take away the part time job. We go to school part time, I guess. Like, see what we think about. Go to school part time, to work full time, to work part time, to focus on time that's not school or work, and that was the basic. Oh shit, can I go back? Can I go back? Oh, I changed the system. I can't go back. To go to school full time, to work part time, and that was the basics. For your career, you thought you'd find a company to work at, work online, do contract work, start your own business. Do we want to start our own business, or do we want to work online? Let's start our own business. Uh, and that was all. For your education, you thought you'd attend a community college, attend public university, go to private college, join a trade school, take online classes. I mean, if we're gonna work school full time, but work is part time. I guess take classes online. Oh, I get you more. Um, and attend a public university, I guess. And that was all. And for that, you wanted to stay local, go to a different part of the state, go out of state, go abroad, travel around to different places. I feel like we need to branch out. We've been here too long. But do we want to stay in California? Okay, I want to say go abroad. Sound conflicted again. Mm, go abroad. Fuck it. It'll all be happening so soon. You already applied to schools and jobs. You already applied to schools. You already applied to jobs. You started to prepare for what was coming. You hadn't begun to do anything about that yet. We haven't did anything yet though. And you been open about your situation and everyone knew, and you only spoken about this with your family and those you were close to, like Cole. And you kept all of it to yourself, and Cole was the only person who knew. We kept to ourselves. Now you wonder what Cole had in mind. You hear him consider some things for this future, but it was never anything that would have counted as a real plan. Making it back home, you both stopped in the middle of the street. Cole sighed. Cole looked at the ground for a moment. His mouth trembled, trying to settle on the right words to say.
So,
We're gonna have to talk about it. The future. He was right. It wasn't something the two of you could keep avoiding. You did your best to articulate what he could expect to see, and he listened quietly. Mm. Cole closed his eyes and nodded while he composed his thoughts. He looked at you when he lifted his head.
I mean,
I decided on something. Well, kind of. He smiled slightly and rubbed his arm, and then his expression grew more serious. I'm not going to decide on a school or a career. Not this summer. I'm going to stay here, at least in Sunset Bird. I'll probably move out of my dad's place. I'll keep working my job, keep doing my volunteer stuff, and everything else. You've been leaving me, but now I'm gonna leave you.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll know what I want for myself by fall or next year. Or maybe I'll never have a plan. Life will continue on with whatever's happening. I'm not gonna crush myself trying to have everything figured out by a timeline that someone else has set. I just can't do it. His brow furrowed, and his tone was tense. It was clear how much expectation were weighing on him. I know that's not very exciting, but it's the best I can do right now. He laughed self derisive, you know the word, fuck it. But with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. He smiled, you looked at him deeply, you started to cry, you felt annoyed. You looked at him deeply. Your plan sounds very you. I'll miss you. I wanted you to come with me, okay? And you couldn't say anything. Your plan sounds very you? Nothing about his plan surprised you. Honestly, you felt like you should have seen it coming. But regardless, you had to support him every step of the way. He exhaled, releasing some tension in his shoulders. Thanks for hearing me out on this. You knew him well enough to know that Cole wasn't feeling completely better about the way things were. No matter what's happening, I just I want you to know that you won't ever lose me. I won't really be gone. I'll still be there for you the best I can, whether it's long distance or whatever else. Cole's whole expression softened. His lips pulled into an affectionate smile.
It's okay.
Nova, you deserve to have everything you want in life. Who made this character? He laughed at his bold declaration. Thank you, Cole. I want you to get everything you want in life. You didn't know how to respond to that. You teared up. You're the only thing I want you to get everything you want in life. That flew out of your mouth immediately. But you meant every word. His mouth pulled into a delicate grin. Looking at you fondly, Cole took a step closer. He then brought a hand to your face, cupping your cheek. Indulgently, his thumb lightly brushed your skin. A shiver shot down your spine. He spoke to you softly, wholeheartedly, He meant every word. Things are hard right now. It scares me, but it'll be okay. It'll be more than okay. Now that things are up to us, we can make our lives better than they ever were. You believe him, you appreciated him to put on the brave face, you still feel unsure, you felt better out of his reassurance. We felt better. Whether Cole realized it or not, he said exactly what you need to hear. He was right, and you almost felt excited, wanting to know what kind of future was waiting for you a few years from now. Deeply, you met Cole's gaze. You nodded. At that, his expression morphed into a look of careful confidence. Clearly, he was still struggling with this topic. You wondered what else might be on his mind. This was the start, I think, but it's not over, is it? We'll have to keep talking about it going forward. Yeah. Cole softly reiterated his promise. Mm. It'll all be okay. We'll still always be there for each other. Is that good with you? It is. Cool. That's cool. I I'll see you tomorrow. No. Why can't you just spend the night? I'm already looking forward to it. Night. He pulled you into an unexpected hug. It knocked your breath out of you. Yet couldn't have been a more reassuring feeling. You turned his embrace and stayed that way for as long as you could.
Good night.
Night. He finally let go, giving you another smile. Then Cole started walking away, but you remained there, frozen in the middle of the street. You watched him and wondered, how many more times will he be able to say that he'll see you tomorrow? You hoped for countless more times. Finally, you turned towards your own house. You vowed to yourself that you would make the most out of every moment you had this summer. Oh my god, it was so good. I can't get over the fact. Oh, the beginning was perfect. Like you go up to your room and he just waiting for you at the window. I'm still questioning how the hell did he break into his house? Like, come on. You know what? I'm just gonna call it the Cove method. They could just break into your house and look at you like, oh, the way he looked at us. Oh, I can't. What y'all think about the new neighbor? I wanna know what's gonna happen with him. I can't wait for that one too. And shallow, how dare you forget us? But I understand, you know. Oh yeah, high school, Jesus. The character development with Lizzie, I love it, and she looks so gorgeous. Oh my god. Oh my god, everybody looks so beautiful here, and I'm surprised we made two new friends. That I still gotta keep. I gotta keep my eyes out for Terry. I feel like I do, but overall, I like both of them. So Shotty hugged him, she poked him, we got a schedule. Maybe I'm being crazy. Don't answer that. But unfortunately, we gotta end it here. Let's see what we got. We got hang, errands, talks, charity, drive. Let's do. Oh, I don't know. I like that. Um, I say it right. Yeah, I say it. Well, guys, I hope you liked it. Our event. So I picked a good title for this because I did not know because last time it was us hiding that we was dating, and I didn't know it was gonna skip ahead. I mean, I kind of figured it was gonna skip ahead, but I didn't know for sure. Oh my god, I love Cove. I love Cove so much. This game, it's just beautiful. It's part of our lives now. We are one with the game. Okay, it might be taking long, so I might have to pause on playing this game. It's gonna break my heart. I already know. I got some other games too that I want to play to celebrate LGBTQ. You know, it's Pride Month. I mean, they might be straight, but if it's like a straight game, I'll make it. I'll make the characters if I can change them. As always, y'all have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Pack.